Good morning, guys. Happy, what day is it today? Wednesday. I am excited today for a topic that I think is going to be awesome for you, just around creating value in your business, and really creating valuable programs and having a valuable offer, and really the importance of being able to communicate this to the people you want to be working with. And the reason why this is so important is because it becomes a game changer for you, as far as being able to sell your programs, to get people to sign up to work with you, when you can really create this value and be super confident in the value you have to offer. It will change everything for you, like really how you feel about the whole selling process, and how easeful, I guess it would be for you. So I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to give you some steps about what you can do to actually go through and create that amazing value. And truly, like, being an entrepreneur is all about creating value. It's like what we do. That's how you make money as an entrepreneur. Hey, Laura, I'm glad you're excited about this topic. It's gonna be good. Like this, it's something I've been thinking about a lot. It's actually something that came up with my clients last night too. And it's such an important topic because, as I said, like, being an entrepreneur is all about creating value. We create value in the world, and so then we can get compensated for that value. And really how it works is, it's an exchange of the value that we're creating in the world through the work that we're doing, through the programs that we're creating, through the transformation that we're doing, that we're able to provide in people's lives. And it's an exchange of that value for money, which is value as well. And so it's really about making that even energetic exchange. And that's how we get paid as being a coach. And so I want to go through and really break down the steps as far as creating value in what you're offering, because then you feel really good about receiving money in return for that value. And it totally changes how you feel about the whole selling process. Because so many coaches get caught up in this fear of, oh my gosh, I don't want to take people's money. I'm afraid of being salesy or pushy. And it can really hold us back from moving forward with our business. All about creating value, and really the importance of that. Because what happens when most coaches are getting started in their business is this is really where I'd say our confidence is kind of wavering a little bit. So we're not really feeling clear about what it is that we have to offer, who we're helping, like the transformation that we're providing. We're not really confident that we can help people get results, because we're not clear on that whole process. We don't really have, for a lot of people, people get started without having an ideal client, without having a really clear idea of the program that they offer and how it helps people, and not understanding how to communicate that value. And communicate what it is that we help people do. And that really holds people back too, because it's so important from a marketing perspective to be able to communicate what you do effectively to the people who are looking for what you have to offer. So when you get kind of stuck in this and you don't really understand how to communicate from a marketing perspective, you can create amazing offers and you can have all these skills to offer the world, but they aren't being communicated in a way that is making people interested to sign up to work with you. So that's a bummer. So we need to keep that in mind in the whole process of creating the value that you're going to offer. So creating your program, creating the content that you put out there. We really need to keep this in mind, the marketing perspective and how your program is going to be marketable, so that we can make sure that you're not creating things just for the point of creating them, unless you do want to just do your business. It's not really a business, it's a hobby. Then it's fine if you don't care if anyone buys it or care if anyone, but obviously you're going to want people to sign up anyways. But so in order for people to sign up, we have to really communicate that value. And so I want to go through what steps you can take to make sure that you are creating this amazing value and creating it in a way that's going to be marketable, and you know that people are going to be interested in what you have to offer and want to sign up for it, and be willing to pay you for it. So number one is target market. Like, you need to know your target market. You need to know your ideal client, who you're working with. It's really, really important. When you don't know this, you just kind of end up spinning your wheels. It's really hard to move forward with any of the other steps of your business. So knowing, like, who is this market that I want to serve? And really getting clear on that. Is it women? Is it men? Like, what age are they? What are, who is that person? What's going on for them? And then really diving into, once you know who that person is and who you want to help, it's really getting clear. And a lot of people get stuck on this, but really getting clear on what problem does this target market have that they are willing and able to pay to solve. Super, super important. You have to know that the people that you're wanting to work with are able and willing to solve with a problem that you are going to help them solve. Because you can create amazing programs that help people do certain things, but if it's something that people are not willing to pay and invest in, you're going to end up creating a whole bunch of programs and doing a whole bunch of work without having people sign up and without having people who are willing to pay you to work with you. And so that's a big problem, and it's truly a trap that a lot of people fall into, because they start moving forward and creating programs and creating content without making sure that the problem that they're helping people solve, without either getting clear on what problem they're helping people solve, and they're just kind of like, I help people with everything, or not making sure that it's a problem that people are willing and able to pay to solve. So I always, go with my clients and really look at this, like, we really need to know what this problem is, and make sure that it's something that people are, like, willing to solve, like willing to pay to solve. Because if you want to have a business that makes money, that's absolutely essential. Super important. So, and then you want to, step 3 would be to create an effective and sellable solution to that problem. So when it comes from a coaching perspective, what I often will have my clients do is, once we know who that target market is and the problem that we're helping them solve, is to go through and kind of come up with what things or what steps does someone need to go through in order to solve that problem, and really getting clear on that and creating your program from that. And it has to be, like, repeatable, something that people can go through and do. And obviously for a lot of people, if you're starting one-on-one, like, your programs are going to kind of differ depending on the person, because you can tailor it to that person. But you're still going to have, like, some sort of system or certain steps that you know that people are going to have to go through in order to get this end transformation and solve the problem that they're coming to you with. And so I had someone ask me this question yesterday in the group, and it's a really good question. And so there's this phrase that is, sell people what they want, but give them what they need. And this really, really comes in, when it comes to marketing and creating your programs. And so, like, for a lot of people, what happens is that we're selling them what we know that they need, but it isn't what they're looking for, because from their perspective, they think they need something else. And so, to kind of illustrate the solution, I want to give you, or this issue, I want to give you an example, because it can be kind of confusing otherwise. So, for example, weight loss. Like, a lot of people don't want to do weight loss because they're like, oh, I don't want to just, tell people what to eat and tell them to exercise, or, whatever you think you're going to have to do if you're helping people with weight loss. And they're like, also, I don't want to do weight loss because I know it's about so much more than the weight. It's about like all the other things that are causing someone to be overweight or to not lose weight or to emotionally eat. And so what they want to do is do a program where they're like helping people with their mindset or helping people with their spirituality. And the problem is that this isn't necessarily a very sellable program, because the reason that most people get into personal growth or get into spirituality is because they're trying to solve a problem in their life. And so I always say that the problem that we have is a doorway into personal growth, a doorway into your spirituality and your mindset. But most people aren't just like, oh, I just want to go and work on my spirituality, or, oh, I just want to go and do a bunch of mindset work and personal growth work. Like, the reason that anyone wants to do that is because of a problem that they are trying to solve in their life. And so what we have to do is say that I'm going to help you with this specific problem, because that's what someone wants. They want a solution to their problem. But then, so that's what we're saying we're going to give them. But what we're doing is we are going to do the mindset work with them. We are going to do the spirituality work with them. We are probably going to do the nutrition and the exercise and all that stuff. Like, we're giving them the whole holistic approach through our program. But from a marketing perspective, we have to let people know, I'm going to help you get this solution. So, for example, you can't say, like, if someone wanted to come to you and they wanted to lose weight, that you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to help you love your body the way it is, and you don't need to lose any weight. And if someone really wants to lose weight and they think that that's the solution to their problem, if you just said, like, I'm just going to help you love yourself the way you are, like, people aren't going to be too happy about that, and they're probably not going to sign up, because what they want is to lose that weight, and they think that that is going to solve their problem. So the thing is, what you can do is you can help them lose that weight, but you can also help them do all the mindset shifts that are going to help them love their body the way it is, whether they, gain or lose a few pounds, and through that process and all the other things that you want to teach them that you've been through that are really helpful when it comes to losing weight. So let me know if that's making sense to you guys, because it's really an important concept to get when it comes to being successful in your business, being able to market your services, being able to communicate what it is you do. And I think it's something where a lot of people get stuck. So let me know if you have any more questions on that, or any specific questions on that, because I'd be happy to dive into it a little more. Or if you want any help with like your specific area, if you're wondering about like, how do I talk about this, let me know as well. But it definitely will be a game changer when you understand this, as far as communicating what you do to the people who are looking for what you have to offer, and so that they are like eager to sign up to work with you and get those amazing results. So, okay, let's continue on. So a few more steps for you. So another question that someone asked me yesterday was, when it comes to results, she was like worried. She's like, okay, what about like promising these results? And I don't feel comfortable doing that, or how are you supposed to do that? And what I often say to my clients is that obviously we can't guarantee results, because coaching is a partnership between the coach and the client. And you can't do the work for the client. The client has to do the work. And so what I say is that, like, when you're creating your program, or what you say is, through the work that we do, you can expect to achieve, and then give these end results that you feel, if someone works with you and they follow through and they do these steps, these are the results that they can expect to achieve through the work you do together. So it's not a promise. And I would have everyone sign a coaching contract and, be clear about like the coaching process. And I think most people you're going to work with are going to understand that. I usually tell my clients, like, make a list of the attributes of people that you would work with, like your clients. And one of them, for a lot of people, and I know for me, is that my clients take responsibility for themselves and the results that they get. And I will only work with people who do that, because it's really important that in a coaching relationship that you're your clients are going to take responsibility for the results. So we can be there for them, and we can walk them through the steps and help them where they're getting stuck and help them see the truth of the situation. But we can't go over to their house at night and take the peanut butter out of their hand, or stop them from eating the cookies, or force them to go to the gym. Like, obviously, like, that is up to your client and is their responsibility. But we can help them find maybe the things that are keeping them from doing those things, keeping them from creating the new habits, or keeping them in a cycle of sabotaging themselves. So really getting clear on like what your responsibilities are as a coach and the responsibilities of your client, and just saying, through the work that we do, these are the results that you can expect to achieve, and just being realistic about it. And the thing too is, like, when someone works with you, it can be an ongoing process. Like, maybe they can work with you. I mean, they could always continue working with you longer, but through the work that they do with you, they're going to be learning a lot of tools and techniques, and making mindset transformations that are going to help them continue to grow on their journey even after you're done working together. And so knowing that it's not like someone has to totally finish their whole transformation, through the time that you're working together, because as most of us know, like, transformation and our health and our weight and our relationships and our career and all that stuff is an ongoing process, really forever. So it's never like you're done. So I think that's important to keep in mind too. So then the other thing that I want to mention really is that, going back again, that I want to talk about, like, the money and the exchange of the value that you're offering. So really knowing that someone paying for your services is an exchange of value. So the value that you're offering, that you've created through the coaching that you're doing, through the program that you've created, and the exchange of the money for the value. And if you think about it, like, if you think about you and yourself, like, we're excited to pay for things that we think are really valuable. Like, I know when I sign up for coaching programs, and yes, I'm always being coached as well, because I think it's awesome and super valuable. I get excited to sign up for coaching programs. Do I get a little fearful about it? Like, oh my gosh, sure, because it's making changes, and anytime you invest, I think you kind of feel that. But overall, like, I get really excited to spend money on things that I find valuable, whether it's clothes, whether it's experiences, yoga, good food, coaching, like, I get a vacation, like, I get excited to spend that money. And so, hey, Kristin, glad you're here and excited about this topic. Yeah, just talking about excitement. So think about it that way. Like, instead of thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm taking someone's money, think about the fact that they are excited to invest in something that is going to change their life. And this is the other thing that I think is really, really important, is that you need to be super confident in the value of what you're offering and realize how much it's going to change someone's life. Because when you can stand behind that, then you can stand behind the fact that it's crazy for someone not to sign up and work with you. It's crazy for them not to make the investment in something that is literally going to change their life forever. And when you really understand the value of what it is that you're offering and how much it could change someone's life in so many ways. Hey, Sunny. Oh, I'm so excited you're here. It totally is a game changer for you. So, I mean, it's the difference between feeling like, oh my gosh, someone's spending money on something, I don't really feel comfortable in this, what if they don't get the results, versus like, I have a freaking amazing offer, and I know that if someone goes through my program, that their life is going to be different forever, and that they are going to avoid all this pain and this suffering because of the work that we do together. And they would be crazy not to sign up to work with me. They would be crazy not to invest this money to change this problem. And can you see how like different energetically that would be when it comes to offering your program to people and letting people know, hey, I can help you with this. Like, it's totally a game changer. And so I think it's really important for you to dive into your program and what you're offering and really understand the value behind it. And I would go through and write out like all the ways that someone's life is going to be different after they work with you, because it's freaking amazing. And I mean, I even think when I was doing the health coaching, I was helping women around emotional eating and body image. And for me, that was something that I had literally struggled with for like 15 years of my life, if not longer. And I think about like, I had worked with a coach myself on that before I started coaching women around it. And I think about how valuable that is, how much money, how much time I wasted, how many years of my life I wasted like really having fun and enjoying myself and being at peace because I was struggling with that problem. And truly, I would spend like $10,000, if not more, to like fix that problem. That's how big of an impact it was having on my life. And so I think when you go into like really thinking about like how much what you're offering can change someone's life, because coaching, it changes everything, and it ripples out to all areas of your life. Like you can really see like this is really freaking valuable, and it's it's something that I would be happy to have people investing in because I know it's going to change people's lives. So I would go through and really make sure you understand the value of your program and what you're offering and how it's going to change people's lives, because when it comes to offering it to people and receiving money from it, you're going to feel totally different. You're going to feel like it's a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't people sign up for this? Like, they're crazy if they don't sign up for it. Like, it's such an amazing offer. And if they don't see the value or they're not ready, like that's fine, but you can totally stand behind your offer and be like, it's so amazing. Like it's so great. Let me see what you were saying, Bonnie. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions specific to you or what you're offering or anything that I was just covering. Okay, Bonnie, you're asking questions specific. Okay, so let me just read this quick. Okay, so this is a question that actually comes up quite frequently for people who are working with people around mental health and wondering like if someone is in such a bad place that they really don't realize that they can get better and see that they that it's even an option for them. And this is what I would say to that. So that person would not be your ideal client, because you never want to be convincing people that they need to change or convincing people that they can change. You are looking for that person who already has the seed planted that they can change. They already are probably out there searching for how they can make changes. They're probably maybe already starting to kind of dive into some mindset stuff, maybe doing some therapy, but they're already willing and able to change and believe that they can change. So someone really believes, like it goes in this, if for me, like if someone really believes that they cannot be successful in their business, I'm never going to be able to help them be successful in their business. Like if they totally believe that it's not even possible for them, like, I wouldn't work with that person because I know I'm not going to be able to help them. So someone already has to at least believe that they can get better, and want to get better in order for you to help them. And there's definitely people that are at that point. So you would be marketing to people who are at that point of being ready and willing and able to make those changes. So let me know if that makes sense, Bonnie, if that answers that question. And if you guys have any other questions, I would be happy to answer them. But that's definitely a good question. It comes up a lot for people. So always know you're not trying to convince, hey Jen, so glad you're here. Yes, this live is a good one. And you have something super, super valuable too. Like all you guys do, all my clients, like I'm just like, you guys have the most amazing thing to offer and to help people, and it's all in your specific areas. And, I think really going through and understanding, like I said, the value of it, like go through, write it all out, how it's going to change someone's lives. It's awesome. Bonnie, let me see what you said. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Glad that makes sense. Yeah. And so, yeah, you knew deep down that you could change, but you had no help. And this is kind of the thing for, I think, a lot of us, and where coaching really comes into play. As being someone who's gone through therapy myself, like, I was open and willing to help when I was going through my stuff with like an eating disorder, but I went to a bunch of therapy and stuff, and it didn't help me. Like, it didn't help me. It wasn't what I needed. And I think coaching like fills this void or this hole, that where therapy or a lot of other things that are out there aren't really helping people maybe necessarily make the changes in real life. So just like talking through things can be great and maybe give you some clarity, but coaching is really action oriented, and like how you can apply these things in your life and start making these changes, which Bonnie, like, you can be that missing piece that's missing for so many people. But yeah, it has to be for the people who are really ready to start doing it. So how far out do you recommend starting to market your program? So Jen, good question. Like, if you're running a program that starts at a certain date, like you're going to run like a little group, like I know you're doing, which is awesome. What I would say is that a couple of weeks would probably be okay. So either you could do it a little longer and do like a month is probably too long. I would say maybe 2 weeks. And then you're just going to market it really, like, intensely. If you wanted to do like a longer launch, like a launch, you can call it, you could start like a month earlier and then just like, start kind of slowly and really, start marketing more, I would say more frequently as you get closer to the launch date. But people are always more thinking about something the sooner it is to when it's going to launch. Just have people sign up, pay right away, they save their spot. So I would say anywhere from like, I would say at least 2 weeks, and you could do like a little bit more than that if you want for a launch date. So let me know if that makes sense. Kristin, let me see what you're saying. Okay, Kristin, I can totally relate because I've been in a similar situation as well. And I love that. I think it's such a huge issue. I know there's so many women who have been in abusive relationships and really need help with that and the aftermath of it, because there's so much to deal with after you get out of a relationship that was abusive in any way. And so I think that's an awesome area, and an area where I didn't realize how many people had gone through it until I went through it myself and kind of started talking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that this is a thing. Like, being a human and life is a universal experience, and so many of us go through such similar things. And so when we have this awesome solution and this value that we have gone through something ourselves, and we have learned how to deal with it, or how to heal from it, it's amazing for us to be able to offer that to other people, so other people don't have to continue to suffer. And that really is where this value piece comes in. Like, this is what you guys have. This is what you can offer to other people. This solution from suffering for so many people. Savannah, yeah, struggling with the giving them what they want versus what they need. I know that was a tricky one for you, but did it make sense what I said with you about that part now, as far as how you can communicate that to your ideal clients? Because it's all about what they think they want, but you're giving them so much more, but you're providing a solution for such a problem that so many women have. Like, I get so excited about it. So yeah, let me know if you had any other questions about that, because I'm always happy to dive deeper into that piece, because a lot of people get really confused about that. Yeah, going back into the ideal client worksheet is awesome. That will help with that, just to feel really clear on it. Yeah, as long as you let people know that you can solve that big problem that they're seeing as the main problem, um, like that is what people want. But you're giving them something that's going to solve so many other problems too. So for a lot of times, like when we solve one problem for our client, the way of solving one problem, it's kind of like the iceberg, right? Like, so you know, you're going down the ocean and you can see like the tip of the iceberg. You know, you always see those pictures of that. And then, but the whole iceberg is like it's huge, like under the water, and all that's under there that you're not seeing. And so by helping people solve the tip of the iceberg, the thing that they're actually seeing and focusing on, it's also solving all the rest of the iceberg that's like hidden under the water. It's kind of a little metaphor, but that's really what we're doing as coaches, and where that giving them what they need versus what they think they want, is all about. Yeah, so it's all about those pain points, and really letting people know like that you can help them solve those pain points, because that's what most of us are looking for. Like a lot of us are pain motivated as far as getting out of pain, getting away from the pain, getting away from whatever it is that is bothering us, or that isn't working for us. And then what we can help people do is kind of shift that mindset a little bit, so it's getting away from the pain, but then helping them move towards what it is they want. Because for a lot of people, like, people don't even know what they want. I mean, they know they want to get out of pain, but helping people know that like you can be dreamers and you can have desires and you can do like all these amazing things with your life. And so it's really, I think that's like what coaching really opens people up to too. Like you're helping them solve these problems or the problems that they have, but then you're opening them up to what is possible for them. Like, because for all of us, like, we're unlimited beings who can be, do, and have anything that we want. And by, I think, facing a lot of the problems that we have in our life, a lot of the hardships, a lot of the, struggles that come up for us, it actually opens up that doorway for us to, like, I like to say, step into our power and to be the creator of whatever it is that we want. And so as coaches, I think we're really stepping into that role of walking people through that doorway of whatever it is that they're struggling with, and opening up the possibilities of all that is possible for them on the other side. Crystal, I love that. Yeah. So many of us are pain motivated. I mean, I think it's just, that's totally normal, and wanting to get out of pain. But then once you're out of pain, then I think you can open yourself up to like all the possibilities. Yeah, definitely. Dreamers and having the desires, like that's what makes life worth living. I truly think that is like going after your dreams and doing what you desire and achieving that, like going through it and going after it. Because otherwise you're just kind of going along. And I mean, that's fine for some people, and some people are fine with it, but I don't know, I've always I think so many of my clients too just kind of have this desire to like do more, be more, and see what's possible. And so I think it's awesome to step in and to do that. It makes life a lot more exciting. So yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable no matter, Crystal, this is a really good point. So you're going to be uncomfortable no matter what in life, and it may as well be working towards your desires, working towards your dreams. So either you're uncomfortable because all of us, I think, have this drive to create more, like be more, and so, and find like that fulfillment. So either you're going to feel uncomfortable because you're not doing that and going after that, and you're going to feel kind of stagnant in your life, or you're going to feel the uncomfort, is that a word? I just made it up. Discomfort, there we go, of going after your desires and trying new things and making mistakes and possibly failing along the way. And so you kind of get to choose which one. Like, do I want to stay uncomfortable, being stagnant and feeling, kind of safe, or do I want to be uncomfortable going after my dreams? And so you get to decide. And one, I'm not saying one is better than the other. Like, you get to decide what you want to do with your life. But I think that's an awesome point, Crystal, for sure. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. If you catch the replay, let me know if you have any questions. If you have anything like specific to what I was talking about and you want me to answer it, you can feel free to comment below the video. I'd be happy to answer it, because this will definitely make a huge difference as far as being able to communicate the value and you understanding the value so that you can sell with confidence, and be like, guys, you're crazy if you don't sign up for my program. You're crazy if you don't want to invest in this, because it's going to totally change your life. And if you get stuck on this stuff and you're really wanting to know, let me see what you said, Anton. Time passes away, so why not make something good out of it? Yeah, absolutely. Like time is going, and we get to decide what we want to do with our time. And either we can just kind of, stay stagnant and let time kind of go by, or we can use time and just like be like, what amazing things can I create with my time? The time that I have here on earth, like what can I do with it? What's possible for me? And I think it's an awesome way to think about it, for sure. So if you guys are getting stuck with any of this stuff, you want personal help with it, I'd also be happy to hop on a call with you. I offer free business breakthrough calls. They're for coaches who really want to move forward in their business. They want to know exactly what steps to be taking, how to work through any mindset blocks that are coming up for you so you can start taking that action and get awesome results. I'd be happy to talk with you about that and how we could work together to really get you moving forward in your business and getting those clients coming in. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link around the video somewhere. And otherwise, if you have any questions for me, feel free to add them into the comments. And thank you guys so much, everyone that joined me. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.